So welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today I will be reviewing Friday the 13th, Jason Lives. One of the best and one of the most entertaining Friday the 13th movies ever. And in general, one of the most entertaining slashers of all time. There's no negatives for me. This one basically ignores, retcons the new beginning, which I'm totally fine with, and it picks up what happened to Tommy Jarvis after the final chapter. I think them renaming Camp Crystal Lake was smart, and it made a lot of sense. I actually liked Jason. Like, this is one of my favorite Jason actors. He does not get the credit that he deserves. I actually like the Jason look. Like with the gloves and the tool belt. I found the tool belt the best part of the look because you never know what he has in that toolbox. I'm not gonna lie, this Jason look, it had to grow on me for some time. Like, it had to grow on me, but I like it. Alice Cooper he did a really good job with the score. This may be this may be one of the best Friday the 13th with a good soundtrack. Alice Cooper did a great job with the soundtrack. The score as a whole, like the general score, was also good. The kills are good, some iconic kills. The whole RV kill, the whole opening was iconic when Jason came back from the dead from lightning. You know what I mean? And I love that this one, it just embraced it. And it didn't take itself seriously. This one wasn't trying to be dark. It wasn't trying to be scary. It was just trying to be fun. And, the comedy in this worked. You would never think comedy would work in a Friday the 13th movie, but it works. I think obviously it fits in the slasher category. But in my opinion, this kind of starts its, can't talk. This one has its own genre because it is a slasher, but it's almost a horror comedy, but it's a slasher still. So I think this movie creates its own genre that I'm, surprised that not a lot of the other, new horror icons after this kind of followed. Maybe that's because this came out at, in '86, kind of, around the time kind of, slashers, like, Freddy, obviously Jason, was starting to, lose fizz. So, maybe that's why. But regardless, Friday the 13th, Jason Lives. Really love this Friday the 13th. The whole Jason, the whole Jason Bond, yeah, the whole Jason Bond thing, like at the beginning, like when it zooms into like Jason's eye and he like slashes it, just iconic. Like, this whole movie's iconic, and this is gonna make a lot of people upset, but dare I say, this is more iconic than the original. Dare I say, because I feel like the final chapter and this one gave the franchise legs, and this one has kids in it. Though, when you watch this for the first time, now the first time I saw this was probably 2013, 2010. But anyway, the first time I saw kids in this, I was like, oh, where are they going with this? Because, like, is Jason going to kill one of the kids? Because that's what basically Camp Crystal Lake is it's like a camp for kids now. And that's, the first time you watch this movie, that's in the back of your head. It's like, is Jason going to kill one of the kids? He don't. But he does, taunt them. And just in general, bro, it's funny because, like, Jason, he taunts people. And this Jason is intimidating. You don't want to, you don't want to square up with this Jason. But he loves to mess with people. Like, he would just look at somebody like, do something. Like, he would just look at somebody like that, like, do something. Like that one scene where, like, the people were, like, in their car, for example. Jason was just like, well, do something. I love Jason Lives. Like, I can legit make a whole video about how much I love Jason Lives. I'm not going to spoil where Jason Lives is on my ranking, but just know it's really extremely high up. And I love Jason Lives. I think Jason Lives doesn't get enough appreciation. A really good score, a really good soundtrack by Alice Cooper himself, some some of the best kills and some of the best effects. This is, I say really after the final chapter, it's really where the special effects starting to get really good. In this one, they shined. Like the practical effects, the special effects really shined in this one in particular. I think this, it works. Like this movie works. Like there's so many things to love about Jason Lives. I love the way it's directed, I love the way it's shot, I love the cinematography, I love how each scene goes together. It's very stylistic, because like you don't, the way this movie is shot, it's not like any other slasher or any other Friday the 13th movie, because it's very stylistic, because it's like each scene blends in with each other. So it's like one scene will blend in with another scene, like it's just seamless, like it just flows and continues. And the whole ending was iconic. And I know I'm kind of all over the place with this review, but it's kind of how this review has to be, because there's so many things just to talk about. And my opinion, people love this movie, yeah, but people do not give it the credit, and they don't rave about it like they do, let's say, part one. And part one isn't all that. I said that before. Dare I say, this Friday the 13th movie is more iconic and way more memorable than the first two. I know that's controversial, but I say it. I mean, I would even say that for, the final chapter. Gonna make some people angry on this one. I will say that about the remake too. You know what I mean? Like, out of those three, the final chapter, this one, Jason Lives, and the remake, out of those three, those are the ones, in my opinion. And two, no one really talks about this. This is the one where Jason gets his machete. And let me explain. Yes, Jason uses different weapons in this movie. He uses his bare hands, but watch Friday the 13th Part 2, Part 3, and the final chapter. You will see that Jason doesn't use a machete that often. He mainly uses axe. Like in Part 2, he used a pitchfork. So what I'm saying is, I think not a lot of people really see this, but Jason Lives is where Jason got his machete. In Part 3, he got his signature mask. In this one, he got his signature weapon. I don't think a lot of people notice that, and just really see that he got his signature weapon in this particular movie. But yeah, Jason Lives is a 10 out of 10. If I have to, rate this movie, I would give it a solid 10 out of 10. I think it's perfect start to finish. The comedy's right, the horror's right. It's basically, it's its own genre. That's basically what it is. It's basically its own genre, because it is a slasher, but it doesn't delve all the way in there like, let's say, a Halloween would, or the first three Friday the 13th. It doesn't dive all the way in there. It kind of creates its own genre. And I think this is the funnest slasher, which actually, gives me an idea for a video. But yeah, this Friday the 13th movie is the funnest out of the franchise. It's the most funnest slasher in general, just from the way it's shot, the whole score, the comedy works. And until there's scenes where the characters will break the fourth wall. So you got people breaking the fourth wall. You got people, doing stuff before Scream, people mentioning horror movies, this girl in the car. She was like, I seen enough horror movies to know if I see a person in the mask, they're up to something. Or she said something of the sort like that. But I'm thinking that's like Scream, almost, you kind of get almost like a Scream vibe from this before Scream, because it has a meta to it. This Jason movie has a meta to it, and that works on a lot of aspects. And I think this movie as a whole is so iconic and so memorable. Yeah, Jason Lives will have to give this movie a rating as a 10 out of 10. Perfect, start to finish. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. And let me know what you think of Jason Lives in the comments below. And let me know, and I really want to have this discussion before I go. Do you think this is where Jason got his signature weapon? I think it is. I think this is where Jason got his signature weapon. I hear no one talk about I hear no one talk about that. But do let me know that in the comments below if you agree with me. And also, in the comments below, let me know what you think of Jason Lives. I love this movie. So yeah, I'm very curious to know what you think. See you guys in the next one.